coolest in the park. And feel free to scooch in so much closer. Come on in. There's so much space up here. These are the best spots to be if you want birds just like these below to fly right over the tops of your heads. Now, my name is Amanda, and I'm joined with my friends out here. We have Lizzie and Shelby, and then out in the crowd is Natalie and Melissa, and of course, the 4 feathered superstars that have joined us. Does anyone know what kind of birds these are? You can shout it out loud. Parrots, macaws, I heard both answers. Great job, you are all correct. Macaws are a type of parrot, and we have 3 different species. So way up in the tree in the lemur exhibit, that is Modelo. He's a blue and gold macaw. His best buddy is Hawking. He is this green winged macaw, and he is actually the red bird. And then the 2 smaller blue ones are blue-throated macaws, and that is Mulan and Ryu. And these birds just joined us because, you may have noticed, they are getting all of their favorite treats. And that is because we use positive reinforcement training. It allows us to communicate and create beautiful relationships with all of the birds that we care for. But even though we love working with them every single day, we love going home without them. At the end of our workday, they can make extremely challenging pets in the household. They are very noisy animals. They are very destructive. Professionals at pooping and making a mess. Oh yeah. And they can live decades on end, truly making them a lifelong commitment. That's why we always recommend to just come and see macaws at places just like Disney's Animal Kingdom to get that parrot fix. And then maybe keep your home parrot-free. Now, if you're just walking by or just joining us, this is Winged Encounters. Come on over and hang out. My favorite part is just around the corner. We have 3 different species of macaw flying around. This is actually 3 out of 8 different species that we love to share with all of you. We love to highlight the rarest of them all, and that is the blue-throated macaw. They're critically endangered, and they're only found in Bolivia, where there's fewer than 400 of them left. That's a scary low number, but luckily, it's not all bad news. Conservation is in the heart of everything we do here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. So here at Winged Encounters, we partnered up with the World Parrot Trust. Just last year, we traveled down to the country of Bolivia, bringing with us 14 blue-throated macaws to be part of a breeding program. The goal is that their babies will soon populate the size of Bolivia for generations to come. I mean, could you imagine that? A sky full of macaws, full of color, something you may never get to see in your lifetime. But here at Disney's Animal Kingdom, all you have to do is look up to the sky. You can see them back there, and we have 2 birds, heads up. There we go, here's our flock. Well, we have a few birds coming on in for landing. Looks like a few are doing a little loops over on top of Discovery Island here. I won't lie, today is a beautiful day, and if you are a bird, if I was a bird, I would love to fly around too. And here at Winged Encounters, we utilize that positive reinforcement training, so these birds have the coolest job in the world. They can go and do whatever they want, but they know if they land here at the roots of the Tree of Life with us, they'll be getting all of their favorite treats. So these birds that decided to land, they are getting peanuts, hazelnuts,
So let's see. Now, is this anyone's very first ever safari? Very first ever? Oh, the little one. Okay, awesome. Alrighty, well, everyone else, I'm glad to have you back. I'm excited for our adventure today. Hopefully we see all your favorites out there or more, or we learn a new favorite today. Sometimes you don't know if you have a favorite until you ride a safari. I didn't realize I was in love with the African elephants until I rode the safari, so yeah. But we just got the all clear from the warden, so we're going to go ahead and enter the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. And our first stop is the Little Atiri Forest. Now, the Little Atiri Forest is home to the more shyer animals here in Africa. So kind of just keep your eyes on a sharp lookout. These animals are pretty good at concealing themselves at times. So let's see how many animals we can find. Kind of just scanning the area right now. On the right side, I do see an okapi antelope. Really good view of those white stripes on their legs. Now, they are known for those stripes, and looking at those stripes, you might be wondering if they're related to zebras, but they're not. They're actually related to the Maasai giraffe. So we know this because of two things. They both have a similar skull structure and prehensile tongues. And prehensile means finger-like grip. It just allows them to eat really effectively. Their tongues are also pretty long. They're around like 18 inches long, so they can reach into their ears, their eyeballs. It's pretty cool, pretty interesting. I've seen it before. It's definitely something to see, I will say that. Now, kind of back to scanning the area. Now, the Little Atiri Forest has a lot of dense forestation and vegetation out here. A lot of trees, a lot of bushes, a lot of areas for these animals to hide. And it is getting early in the afternoon. It's a little warm outside, pretty sunny, so these animals might be in more shaded areas to pull themselves off. So let's just do our best at keeping our eyes on a sharp lookout. And I only have one pair of eyes up here, so if you see something before me, please let me know. That is totally okay. I want to talk about as many animals as possible on our safari. It goes because they maneuver through terrain so silently you almost never hear them. Now, notice those horns on their head. They are pointed downwards to help them maneuver more silently as well. And those white stripes on their back serve as camouflage, helping them blend in with the terrain a little bit more effectively. Are known for their pink skin, which can grow better during mating seasons. Also on the right side, in the water, there is a male hippo. You can see its head out of the water on the far right side. I'm going to go super slow. Hopefully everyone can catch a glimpse of it. There may be more hippos down the river as well, but there is that one. But yeah, those pelicans, they also have a gullet pouch underneath their neck, acting as a net, gathering food in larger quantities. And that Nile hippo we saw, they are herbivores. They only eat plants, and they weigh around 5,500 pounds on average. So again, hopefully we can find some more as we go down the river. As that pelican is flapping its wings, probably maybe trying to dry itself off. So yeah, any more Nile hippos we see will be on the left side in this water. So I'm going to keep my eyes on a sharp lookout. Any ripples, bubbles in the water could indicate evidence of wildlife. Now they can hold their breath underwater for a few minutes at a time. They just rise up to the surface to get more air, and then they go right back down. They can also do that while they're sleeping. Here, honestly, there are so many hippos out of the water. I am so surprised because they spend most of the days in that water. I know. Wow, that's pretty cool. We got to see a lot of reptiles out here in Africa. I see about 2 so far. There's 3. There's one in the very far back as well. It supplies water to these animals during the very dry seasons here in Africa. Now notice it's leafless right now, and they stay leafless for about 9 months out of the year. To help retain more water, and the water is stored in those trunks, and those trunks can hold thousands of gallons of water. So yeah, these animals, they definitely rely on the baobab trees here in Africa. But we're going to go ahead and enter the West Savannah. We'll see a few more details. Sometimes you'll see animals rubbing their bodies against those termite mounds. If they have an itchy spot they can't reach, those mounds become little back scratchers. But there are the wildebeest again on your right side. There's one right here on the left. We are approaching the Maasai giraffe here in just a few seconds. Let's get a really good view of it. Now, they are related to that okapi antelope, the first animal we saw on our safari. Again, they have that similar skull structure and prehensile tongues. And again, prehensile means finger-like grip, so it just allows them to eat really effectively. Now, this Maasai giraffe is coming right for us. Hello. It looks so still. I think it's trying to balance it on its head. I don't The elands are around 2,000 pounds on average, and they have a flap of skin hanging from their neck. That's called a dewlap, and that dewlap just helps regulate its body temperature. But oh my goodness, look at that eland. It's like so big, I think it's holding it, I think it can't even pick it up, it's just still. Oh my goodness. Well, you can see that flap of skin hanging from its neck on that eland. Also, I do love their horns because if you look closely, it has like a swirly-like texture to it. Oh.
Here, boy, here, boy.
It's like, oh my goodness. It's gonna kind of, but there's the baby. The baby giraffes are born at around 6 feet tall, usually up and running within an hour after birth to help keep up with other giraffes and to avoid any potential threats. Now we observed here that the side giraffes give birth to the 7th wonder in the world, the rear side of an African elephant. But notice it's kind of flapping its ears a little bit right now. And there it goes again. Yeah, so they flap them for a very specific reason. It's to cool themselves off. There's another good view of it as well. We got the female African elephants. They stick together throughout their entire life from beginning to end. Now, as we come off the bridge on your right side, this is just some white clay, this walnut clay right here. And red clay is very nutritious, contains many nutrients that African elephants love to eat. Kind of like us humans taking a multivitamin pill every day. It's very beneficial for our body as well. This clay is very beneficial for the elephants' bodies. They love to eat it. And speaking of eating, it looks like on the right side there are some elephant tusk marks left in the clay by some elephants. And on the left on the ground looks like some elephant track marks left in the mud. Now, if we see any more elephants, they'll probably... Now, they are known for their pink skin, but they're actually hatched fully gray. They get their pink colors from the shrimps they eat that contain beta-carotene. They also have a very filtered beak, so when they're ready to eat, they'll shuffle their feet in that water and bring up all that debris. Dip their beaks in, get a nice big scoop. Their beaks will naturally filter out any waste from the shield and keep it on the nice shrimp beaks. And it's kind of like your spaghetti shrimp. It keeps all the noodles in. Their beaks do the same thing. Well, they go from 0 to 60 miles in just 3 short seconds. There are a few things that allow them to be the fastest. They have those semi-retractable claws that allow them to gain traction when running. And they have a very heavy tail. That heavy tail helps balance out between running really fast and making sharp turns. Now, although cheetahs are large cats, don't get me wrong, they are very large cats. But they are considered the smaller cats of Africa, so they don't roar. They meow. They're like 30 to 35 miles per hour, so I definitely wouldn't recommend trying to race them. They're pretty fast. And there they are on the right side. And there they are. Now notice their ears, they can move each ear individually from one another. It's kind of like a surround sound system, but they have very poor vision, so they definitely listen more than they see, those white rhinos. And they are herbivores, and they only eat plants as well. Very social creatures, by the way, hence why they kind of just roam freely out here. They have no natural predators, so they have no... The lion, the larger cat of Africa, so they do roar. A lion's roar can be heard to around 5 miles away. Hanging around the yard at this time, you can kind of see them by the fence over there on your left side, and there they are. They produce a very sweet milk that can be turned into a cheese and sold at a very fine price as well. And if you notice the rocks on the right side spitting out water, those are spring rocks, and spring rocks are actually warm water, so this water suppose does have warm water on demand. That's pretty nice and pretty convenient as well. But there they are on your left side. I think my favorite one is the one with the spots. And there they are, the goats. Oh, that one's sleeping. Its head's on the little root of the tree. Oh. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and make a...
Thank you all so much. That was Marcel, that's dream for all of
At the end, I always do videos. That's my thing. You like the video I did yesterday?
The taper, I'm not sure about it.
Thank you.
Yes, there's one actually pretty low, but a couple of them higher up.
Did you say there are no females in here?
No females. So we're not currently breeding these guys. We do participate in breeding programs with ACA accredited zoos and aquariums. Our money tends to go towards like the larger animals that take a lot more work into breeding. So not these guys currently.
There he is. See him flapping his wings? These guys? Yeah.
See the size of that one?
The smaller bats usually, yes.
Just hanging upside down. Oh my God.
We're never going to take bats out in the wild. But we will ready or you want to let these around.
Look at these big dogs.
Oh, the female.
These girls are big, you know? Like, what kind of dogs are big? Or dinosaurs are bigger than tiger dogs?
Fish is still I'm waiting for it to stop.
We'll get over at Rainforest. We'll go at 4:30 and see if they can take us early. Aquí
A lot of fun as a Jackson Hurry up. You allowed to go long? Alright. All deal.
I'm gonna watch it.